Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another video. I know you guys have missed me, honey. So I am going live today so we can catch up on some things. It's your girl Nianta J, and I am back. I am back. I do apologize for my absence. I have been working, honey. It has been a busy season. I've been trying to be very productive in the new year, find some things to do outside of my daily career job. So I've been missing, I've been ghost, but your girl is back. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on so that you'll be notified every single time I post. Hey, Queen T. Hey, thank you for joining. Thank you. So, like I said, I've been back. I have been gone, honey. Have been busy, but I just wanted to come on back and catch up with everybody and just give my thoughts and opinions. I got about an hour to spare before I get my little one from school. So I said, why not come talk to the people today and see what we got going on here? So we is going to get into it. Yes, yes, yes. If you are not able to catch this live, it's okay. It is okay. I leave all of my content up for replay. So if you're able to catch this, make sure you comment and like the video. So let's get into it. So today we're going to catch up with my girl Keesha Kaylee, honey. My girl Keesha Kaylee. So lately we've been talking about Latrice. I probably got some more videos coming about, that whole series or whatever, but I, wanted to take a break and catch back up with Keesha because I have seen the girl Keesha. Hey, DJ F some, how you doing? That's a funny name. But yeah, so I just want to catch back up with Keesha because I see there have been some rumblings in these YouTube streets. My girl been renovating and the people been hating, honey. So we're gonna get into it and I'm gonna give my perspective. Disclaimer, this is just my perspective, I'm just here to talk about the behavior that I see. It's hateration in the atmosphere, but I'm not trying to go too deep with it or whatever. But let me just give my thoughts and opinion. Hey, CC's life. Hey. All right, so let's get into it. So as you all know, Keesha just recently purchased a home for her and her family, and I want to say shout out to her and congratulations to her again. She has talked about wanting a forever home for quite some time. If you all have been watching Keesha like I have for years, you all know that she rented a house at one point in time, but she did have to move out for safety reasons or whatever. And so ever since then, she has been really talking about just wanting a forever home, wanting a forever home. And so she finally purchased her first property. And I will say, that is a big deal. For Black people to be able to own something in this society and for Black people to be able to win, owning a house is an accomplishment, not just because, it's something that, we got to do as individuals. We got to have somewhere to stay, right? But it's an accomplishment because, there's so much that you can learn from going through that process. I have not purchased my first home yet. However, I have a lot of real estate friends. A lot of my line sisters are in real estate. And so it is a beautiful process to see Black people, accomplish something like that. So I want to say shout out to her before we start talking about it. However, like I said, I was scrolling through the YouTube streets and I saw that some people had some constructive criticism or some feedback about the home that she purchased. So I'm going to get into my thoughts and perspective on that. Um, now a lot of people, the general consensus is a lot of people were saying, well, hey D, hey girl, yeah, we're gonna get into it, D, honey, okay. But yeah, so a lot of people were there. A lot of this. Let me just say this before I start talking. There is nothing wrong with providing constructive criticism and feedback to a first time home buyer because a lot of people have purchased property before. And the more information that's out there, the more advice someone can give a young Black girl, the better, right? So I'm not saying anything is wrong with dropping some gems or giving some pointers or some tips. But there is a thin line between constructive criticism and just straight up hateration. And I'm going to tell why I think what I witnessed was a little bit of hateration. D said, I haven't had the time to address it, but when I do, oh girl, I know you're gonna go in, honey. I know you're gonna go in. So I saw, people talking about it when Keesha first bought the home, because it's been a few weeks now. And at first I wasn't gonna say anything because people are entitled to have their own opinion, right? I'm not the commentary police, like I said. Everyone's not gonna always have something positive to say, and that's fine. And so when people first started talking about, her home or whatever, it was kind of like, okay, well, people are gonna have feedback because she did buy a home that needed renovations, obviously. But one person in particular, uh a little bit. Okay, now it's gonna be nice to the haters. Yeah, I'm gonna try to be nice because I don't want nobody to feel like I'm just totally coming for their neck. But come on now. Yeah. So when she first purchased the home, I can understand, giving a little bit of feedback or whatever. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But one person in particular that has seemed to have a lot to say about the situation is Toya Talk. Now, as you all know, Toya Talk, she's someone that has always done commentary on Keesha. I gave a little bit of background about her channel, one of my other videos or whatever. And of course, her, and she was, someone who Queen T, I'm tired of trying to downplay her buying a home. Right. Me too. That's why I want to speak out, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say what some people probably thinking, okay? But Toya was, someone who D says she clearly was shopping for a home that she wanted to renovate. Exactly. And that's why I'm going to get into it. There is nothing wrong with renovating. So pretty much Toya was someone who once spoke out in support of Keesha with the whole love triangle situation. But of course, she got a bad taste in her mouth for Keesha because, I think Keesha, she did a video about Jeremy, whatever, you all, I think I explained it in another video. However, Toya doesn't really care for Keesha. It's no secret. Okay, cool. And Toya, has went on ever since Keesha has purchased his home to do a couple videos, just in my opinion, nitpicking the home and just spewing pure hateration. Okay. D says Toya taught 4 kids, 2 bedroom apartments, no baby daddy. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. Some of the feedback that she had for Keesha, or some of the things that she said, was the first video I saw, she pulled up Zillow and she was like, I'm gonna give you all an idea of what Keesha could have gotten versus what she got. She could have did way better. This is ridiculous. This is sad. She also said that, she's not trying to hate on Keesha, but Keesha hyped up this forever home, and Keesha talked about the forever home so much that she overpromised something, and now look at what she basically was saying. Keesha talked about the forever home for so long, she thought that it was going to be much different. Cool. She also said that Keesha, she feel like this is something that she's just trying to do just to impress Jeremy. She made commentary about Jeremy probably still gonna be out all night not doing what he's supposed to do. She made comments about Jeremy, filming in the backyard of the house with it's just Toya got mad that her subscribers said about the video she did on Jeremy. Yeah. I remember that. And that's when she started back doing the commentary on Keesha. But she pretty much was just, in my opinion, just nitpicking every little thing about the home buying process for Keesha. And she just went on to be like, you know what? This is sad, y'all. This is not looking good for Keesha, y'all. And right before Keesha bought the home, she was doing a video like that as well. Like, oh my God, Keesha's life is trash. She's not showing us anything that's, she's not living up to all this stuff that she hypes up. She's trash. So Toya Talk is pretty much trying to convince everybody that Keesha has made such a terrible decision. In summary, she's trying to convince everybody that Keesha has made such a terrible decision, and she's trying to convince us that Keesha's life is trash. Pretty much. That's what I got from it. Sophie, it says a lot of people will buy an investment property, renovate it, live in it for a while, move out, rent it out for extra income, move on to the next. Do they think right? That's what I'm saying. Toya is a hate appointment period. Right. It is giving very much hateration. So here's the thing. At the end of the day, people act as if people don't do this all the time. Everyone's preference when it comes to buying a home is different. There are some people who love new constructions. There are some people who want their house built from the ground up. There are some people who want a home that has a little bit of age on it with a good foundation. There are so many different ways that you can approach being a first-time home buyer. There is literally an entire, hey, first baby mama. But yeah, there is literally an entire sector of YouTube that is strictly videos about fixer-uppers, renovation, tiny homes, flipping houses. Like, I don't understand why Toya is acting as if she has never heard of someone buying a home and doing renovations. People do this all the time. I have a friend, a really good friend that I met from working together, and she's like one of my best like work friends. She literally bought a home and renovated the entire home for like $10,000. You know what I'm saying? Like she bought a home that was in her budget. She didn't go over budget, and she decked her home out. When I tell you she decked her home out, new countertops, new floors, new fixtures. I mean, it looks amazing in there. People do that all the time, Toya. So I don't understand what's there to talk about. This is nothing to talk about. Like, do we need anyone to convince us that Toya's life is trash? Okay. Cecil Paul Simple Minded was co-signing her every word. Yeah. Why do women hate Keisha? Why do y'all hate on this girl so much? She did something, and this is the thing, and I'm not trying to be funny because we all out here trying to make it. Ain't nothing wrong with having kids and living in apartments. I still live in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna be on the internet trying to convince us that someone else's life is trash, you gotta make sure your shit is all the way in tip top condition and in order. I'm not even trying to be funny. But if you're going to sit on the internet and be bold enough to criticize someone and put somebody down, because it's not constructive criticism. It's not constructive at all. There's two different type of criticisms. This criticism that, in my opinion, that Toya is doing of Keisha's home, you're tearing her down. It's nothing constructive about it. You're judging her and making it seem like she made a bad decision when she didn't. But if you're going to be someone that's going to sit on the internet and talk about someone in this manner, make sure your shit is together, ma'am. And I'm not accusing her of not having her shit together, right? Because in my opinion, she does a really good job having that many children and keeping it together and handling them all right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that her life is not together. But what I'm saying is, Toya, you sitting in an apartment with 4 kids talking about somebody that bought a house. It don't make sense. It just does not make sense. I wouldn't dare take advice someone who let someone talk dog shit about them and then turn around and link up with that. Exactly. You're trying to convince us that Keisha's life is trash. However, you is back friends with Paris, and Paris told us that you got evicted. Paris was out here trying to put out a narrative that you couldn't pay your bills. You were eviction Toya. That's what Paris called you. You were. What happened to that? And you're literally on your platform kicking with the person who said that you couldn't pay your rent, talking about somebody else for buying a home. Like, I'm so confused right now. Paris is renting a room. Are we taking advice from her? And that's my problem with Toya. It's the audacity for me. It's the audacity. He said, damn well. It said 4 kids, 2 bedroom. I thought she had 3 bedrooms, but I could be wrong. But $800 rent, Toya, including your late fee. It's kind of like, Toya, you're not, and this is everybody, just like I said, I'm not trying to be mean here. Everybody doing the best they can, so I'm not trying to be super judgmental. But well, D, I gotta be respectful, D. Nicole says, how Toya gonna hate from outside the club, but she can't even get it? Okay. Like, I would never in my life be that critical. Like, it's okay to say, well, I can understand her saying, hey, Keisha talked about a forever home. I thought she would purchase something new. But that, you should have left it at that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this very well could be her forever home, or this could be a wonderful investment for her to renovate and sell for a higher price and then buy her forever home cash. You never know what she's going to do. But my thing is exactly the worst feeling about an old home and renovated the F out of that house look nothing like it did before. People literally do it. Exactly. Kanye West just bought a home across the street from Kim. When they showed the photos of that home is so outdated. But I'm pretty sure, you know what he's going to do? He's going to gut the inside of that home and make it his own. People do it all the time. And I'm going to tell you, I ride through some of these subdivisions. The way they throwing some of these new construction homes up, I would be a little skeptical. I would be a little skeptical. Everybody does not want a new construction. That's not everyone's MO. You know what I'm saying? Everyone does not. Some people want a little, a good, some people are more concerned about the foundation, the neighborhood, the school. It's a lot that goes into buying a home. Everyone's not going to do the same thing. Gianna Beyonce says, "Is Toy not allowed to feel the way she does? You're bringing her down the same way you feel." Like, well, okay. So let me say this: I'm not bringing Toya down because I said Toya does a wonderful job. Maintaining with that many children. All I'm going to say is, if you're going to be bold enough to try to diminish someone's accomplishment of buying a home, then you need to make sure that your life is completely in order. Because what room do you have to talk? I'm not bringing Toya down. I'm just simply giving my commentary and my perspective, because it's sad that a Black woman did something that is phenomenal for her and her family, and yet is still being criticized. Like I said, I'm not the commentary police, but some shit just ain't worth talking about. It's just not worth talking about. To me, the whole love triangle, okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, let's criticize that and pick that apart. Some people get arguing, all right, but we're literally sitting up here trying to tear another Black woman down because she decided to make renovations to her home. That don't make sense. I don't care how you try to spin it. You can say that me speaking on it is bringing Toya down, but at the end of the day, I'm going to speak out on things that I feel like are utterly ridiculous. And to me, that is utterly ridiculous. When did buying a home and renovating it become a negative thing? When? Don't start. She clearly said I'm not judging Toya. I'm just speaking facts. I would be. Let me just put it on me. I'm a single mother. You know what I'm saying? And I still live in an apartment. What I look like getting on here judging Keesha for buying a home that needed renovations? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, my life isn't picture perfect either. Nobody's going to do things the way that everyone, thinks that they should be done. In a perfect world, I should be married somewhere with a white picket fence and a puppy dog, and a husband. But my life isn't all the way together. So what am I looking like trying to down someone for doing something that's phenomenal? Like, whether you purchase, I don't care if you went down the street and bought a $30,000 bando. You purchased some property. You did something that's great. Can turn into a wonderful investment. The same way you defended Toya, we can. The same way, if you can sit over there and listen to Toya, pick Keesha apart and call Keisha's life trash, we can talk about what we want to talk about. Hey, Miss Darlene. Cece said, "I thought Paris lives in a house and Toya lives in a 3-bedroom apartment." Let's just congratulate her for being exactly. She's a young woman trying her best. Like, what is there to talk about? And it's okay, if you just say, hey, I don't think this was a good move for her. I mean, like I said, people can have their opinions, but to continue like a series on it, like, no. Do you have to be perfect to have an opinion? That's what it sounds like you're saying. Unless she has more than Keisha, she can't. No, I'm not saying that she can't have an opinion. Like I said, if she gave a general opinion and let it go, that's one thing. But to continue on and on and on, it's like, girl. You know what I'm saying? At this point, we bought 2 videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, this seems like, from the tone of her video, it seems like this is going to be an ongoing conversation. All I'm saying is, why are we having ongoing conversations about somebody renovating their home like it ain't people that do it all the time? It's millionaires that literally buy fixer-uppers all the time. I mean, y'all don't watch HGTV? I'm confused. Tell her when she purchased the property and she has room to talk. She always speaking down to Keisha. Nobody's saying exactly. She was just, before Keisha even purchased the home, she was nitpicking her and Jeremy's dynamic and talking about them and talking about how, oh yeah, Jeremy's he's not at home holding her at night. He's at the club. And I mean, but it's kind of like you're in the same boat, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? You show us, and I don't know what goes on behind the scene. But you're talking about Keisha man ain't never on the camera, or Keisha man ain't never home, or he out doing whatever. What your baby daddy doing? Because we don't never see him. We see you with 4 children by yourself. Not saying that you're by yourself. You could very well have a very loving, supportive father of your children. But all I'm saying is, you're not showing us anything better either. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna come out your mouth and say that someone's life is trash, then you need to show us the way. because it's not making sense. The math ain't mathing. Yeah, make that make sense. Is at this point people are gonna do what they do. If Keesha has the money to renovate, why exactly? I mean, some people, the fact that she's blessed enough to even be in the position to even make renovations, because some people just have enough to get the house and that's it. They stuck with what they got. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she's able to get a house and plan renovations, that's a blessing in itself. Exactly. No, you don't have to be perfect, but wouldn't you want to be in a better position than exactly? That's all I'm saying. You know, if you're going to be that critical, it's okay to have an opinion, right? We all probably would have done something different than Keesha. It's no secret. But at the end of the day, and personally, me personally, when I move into my first home, I don't have a man. I don't have a lot of people. I don't have like a man that's gonna be able to help me around the house with renovations, and I don't have a whole bunch of men in my family that can come over and help. So me personally, somebody like me, I probably would need to move into something that's a new construction or something like that. But there are some people who have the resources to do so. So if I had more men in my family that could help me with the renovations or whatever, I would get me a fixer upper too. Toya is acting like she is acting. It's giving very much jealousy. It is definitely doing that. She critiques Keisha on everything she does, from how she cooks to her buying a home to how she parents her children. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's not the fact that she has an opinion, because we all have an opinion. You don't have to be Michelle Obama to have an opinion. That's not what I'm saying. It's the fact that it's very nitpicky. Like I even heard her say, like, "Oh, her life is trash. I saw her have all her girls drink out the same cup of juice." I'm like, damn, she can't let her kids share a cup of juice. It's like every single thing that Keisha does, she's sitting on there and nitpicking as if it's a big deal. It's not a big damn deal. She bought a house. She wanted to make renovations. What is the damn problem? Do you have to live there? Goodness. Is it come out of your pocket? Pulling up Zillow was too much. It's never that serious. It's never that serious. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with people dropping gems. There are even people on Keisha's video that she's doing about her renovations giving her gems. So it's not what you do, it's how you do it. I'm not talking about Toya because she has an opinion. It's how you're displaying your opinion that's the issue. Yeah. It says Toya Mills about it. Exactly. Like, and then, it's kind of like you are always talking about Jeremy not being there, Jeremy not being present. He's out all night. But we don't know if your baby dad is out all night. We don't know where he at. We don't know if he's around. He's not in your camera 24/7. We see you out and about with your children without a man. So how do we know what your baby daddy doing? I just know a video Paris mentioned she lives in a house and that there are no basements in Vegas. Yeah, I don't know where Paris live. Okay. At this point, it's not opinions. It's coming from exactly. It seems if it's coming across as if it's coming from a place of hate. Period. Raven Lee's does a lot of DIY projects. Yeah, it's a lot of people who do fixer uppers on YouTube. Like I like watching that type of stuff. It's interesting to me. Nicole says, "What's wrong with her purchasing a property and fix it up to her liking for her family? I bet it's I bet it's so much fun to see her ideas come to life. Let her exactly like my friend from work. She literally like walked me through her house room by room, and she showed me where how the room looked before, and then what she did to it, and it was amazing. And she had fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And she's so happy and satisfied. And she doesn't plan to live in her home forever. I think she has plans to move, when she gets married, probably move and, rent her house out or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like if we can sit up here and tear someone down, and if we can, be so critical of someone doing something that's amazing, then, we can hear what people have to say about that criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much of that going on nowadays. It's just like black people can't do nothing. We can never support each other, you know? Hold on 1 second, child. I got a text message. Mm-mm-mm. But yes, let's see. Let's get into some comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I had them. Is that some of these people, some of these women be too hard on other women. Exactly. I just feel like the purpose of me speaking out is I feel like we are too hard on each other as Black women. And we are too quick to call each other out and put each other down when at the end of the day, none of us are perfect. None of us are in any position to talk about anybody. How are you sitting on this platform criticizing someone for purchasing a home for their family and you're in an apartment with yours? How are you know what I'm saying? And that's no shade because I'm in an apartment too. How are you sitting up here criticizing someone and telling us, oh, Keisha doesn't show us anything epic. Jeremy hasn't done anything epic. She doesn't show us anything. Her life is trash. Her life is trash. And then the justification is, well, the difference between other people and Keisha is the one who brags all the time. Keisha ain't. She is a Black woman who has made a career off of letting people into her life. So her speaking about her wants and her dreams and aspirations, that's not her bragging. That's her telling us what she wants. I didn't once hear her brag about a forever home. I heard her express to her audience what she wanted and how excited she was to be starting the process. But she was very transparent that there are hiccups and bumps and lumps in the road. And I feel like people need to stop acting as if people can't be proud of themselves. It's not bragging just because you're proud of what you've done. She's put in the work. Some people dream of being able to wake up and turn on the camera and make money, and not have to go to work every day. So it's not bragging. She's just proud of herself. Why can't Black women hype themselves up? Why can't we love ourselves without being criticized for it? I'm confused. It's my opinion. It's nitpicky to make a video about someone else's opinion about someone else. I like you, but I don't think you realize what you do. Well, that's your opinion, okay? And that's fine. Opinions are like buttholes. We all have one, but I'm gonna make if you all can consume people hating on each other for buying a house, then you all can consume my video. If you don't want to consume it, you don't have to. All right. I just think it's just how Keisha portrays things and show different. That's not even her forever home. So even if she says she's gonna do something and she's gonna do it in her timing, that's fine as well. She doesn't have to move when y'all want to. Exactly. If y'all ain't listen to Keisha instead of nitpicking everything, she clearly said she wanted to get a home she could renovate. Right. It says, I don't want to do nothing because it doesn't affect my life. I'm just speaking on what I see, how people feel. But this is the thing. People can speak on what they speak on. I'm not saying people can't give Keisha some criticism. It's people out here who have purchased home before who can probably tell her a thing or two. So that's what I think. But what I'm saying is it's a way to do everything. And this is another thing. I feel like people feel like Auntie said you are a pygmy. Who I'm trying to get picked by? You finna get blocked. Honey. But yeah, this is the thing. I feel like I said, I don't have a problem with people doing commentary because that's the case. I will be on YouTube every day, every time somebody make a video. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I have anything against people doing commentary, giving their opinion. However, people's opinion and their commentary sparks it sparks other things. Like, for example, if we could all give our commentary and move on and it doesn't turn into a thing, then I wouldn't have anything to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays on YouTube, one person gives commentary, then it creates like a wildfire, and now everyone is going in on one person. And so that's why I started my channel. I like to give my perspective, the way people think, their thoughts about certain things that happen on these YouTube streets or just with social media in general. I like to give my perspective on the perspective, and there's nothing wrong with that, because a lot of times people giving their perspective on something sparks a conversation that keeps going and going and going. And so just because a lot of my commentary is not about the direct content, is more so about the reactors, it doesn't matter. It's all commentary. If we can have, if majority of people can talk about one person for doing one thing and they have an opinion, I can say, well, hey, wait a minute, I hear what you all are saying, but this is how I feel about it. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. Exactly. She got blocked. Yeah, here come the troll. I understand that part. Right. So it's not a bad thing to have an opinion. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm not saying that Toya is wrong for having an opinion that's not in favor of Keesha. I'm not saying that she's wrong for not liking the home. She doesn't have to like the home. I'm not saying that she's wrong for even suggesting that Keesha may have suggesting Keesha to go a different route. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there is a way you could do everything, and it's just think about if it were you. If you had just purchased your first home and you made the decision that you wanted to make renovations to it, why is that a thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we making this a thing? That's all I'm saying. It doesn't have to be a thing. It does not have to be. you know, like literally, because when other people do it, it's no problem. There are plenty of YouTubers. Exactly. Just don't pick apart. I just don't like to see people getting picked apart. Even with the mommy channels, even with Live Lives or Strong Mommy Chrissy or Jazzy Life, I'm pretty sure they have done things that have warranted a public conversation, right? I even, saw, a lot of videos and I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But when it becomes so overwhelming to the point that these people can't even do normal things that other people do without judgment, then I'm going to speak on it because it's kind of like it gets very hypocritical for me. That's all I'm saying. I don't think Keisha brags, but I do believe that she thinks she's the smartest in the room when she's clearly not. Congrats to her and her new home, but I do agree with Tori too. This is the thing. It's nothing wrong with saying, Keisha, this may not have been a good move. That's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying the way. If does Toya have some, may Toya have some valid points? She may have some valid points, but it just comes across as hateration the way she is going on about it. It doesn't take us to pull up Zillow and do all these comparisons, and it don't take all that. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone knows the housing market right now is very funny, right? Right now, and it's a seller's market, So there are a lot of bad decisions that can be made from purchasing a home right now. So it's nothing wrong with trying to put her on game or just saying, hey Keisha, I thought you wanted a forever home. This may not be a good idea. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but it's just a way you can do things. And for you to go in on somebody and to label their life as trash or to call them trash as if your life or as if you're in the position to do that, it's just no. No. It says, but Toya never bought a home. So what is she? Exactly? That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like you just have to be careful when you're providing constructive criticism, because I just don't see how we can try to convince somebody or that, hey, she made a terrible decision, but you're not how you show us how it's done, then. Exactly. She can have an opinion. She could have just said she personally doesn't like the home, but it's a thing she says it comes from. It's a thing she says it comes from a place of hatred. Period. Exactly. It's not her saying she don't have to like the house. Everybody don't like fixer uppers. Everybody not a fixer upper type of girl. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to like what she did. It's just a better way that it can be talked about. That's all I'm saying. And that you don't have to be a homeowner to know better, that better decisions could have been made. But who's to say that wasn't a good decision? We don't know what her plan is. Maybe she's not ready for a forever home right now. Maybe she just wants to buy something, renovate it, flip it, and make a profit, and then continue the search for a forever home. Because, like I said, the housing market is very sketchy right now. So maybe this is not her forever home. Maybe this is, something that she's planning to do, live in for a few years and flip it and then get something else. Regardless, even if we want to give her the constructive criticism, it's not. I wouldn't just take it as far as to say that she's disappointed me or her life is trash. How is her life trash because she bought a fixer upper? I just don't understand. Because I also think people feel like Keisha's not understanding the responsibility she is taking on renovation. She don't see how this renovation will take time and money. Correct, but we don't know what her pocketbook is looking like. So at the end of the day, if it gets overwhelming, so what? If it gets too costly for her, so what? I'm pretty sure she has the means to do something differently. And if this does not work out for her, okay, what I'm saying, she can always sell it and get something else. Nicole says Toya literally did a whole video about Keesha cooking breakfast, saying I don't like how she makes her eggs. Child, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just giving very much nitpicky. It's not the fact that she has an opinion, because people can most definitely provide their criticism. It is the things that are said that's like, girl, are you okay? Are you okay? All right, let's see, Gina. You don't like seeing Keesha picked apart because you never say anything about how people make videos tearing Toya apart about her life. She shows just, but what videos have been made tearing Toya apart? Now, when Toya was first speaking about and let me just give you a little background, Miss Gina. I used to watch Toya, and when Hazel did the video tearing Toya down, I was in the comments letting them know that was not right. When Toya was making her videos about the whole situation, I was supporting Toya's videos and letting her know that I agree with her. So what are you talking about, ma'am? And this was before I even made a channel. This was before I even started doing videos on my channel. When Hazel was going in on Toya, when Paris was going in on Toya, I was in the comments giving my opinion on that as well. So I don't discriminate. Who has picked Toya lives apart to the degree that she's picking Keesha lives apart? They talked about Toya when she first came on the scene doing commentary about Keesha and and all of that. Yeah, they did go in on her then, but I was defending her in the comments then. Well, I was just talking about I was defending the whole situation. But so I have definitely spoken out in support of Toya when they were going in on her, all because she had something positive to say about Keesha. So that's where you're wrong. I definitely will speak out about anybody getting torn apart for anything that's unnecessary. Period. I shouldn't know as much about Toya as I do. I only know it because she gets talked about badly. Renovations take time and money. Exactly. I'm pretty sure everyone is aware that renovations take time and money. Hey, Mariah. But why do y'all care that it will take time and money? Y'all to invest it. Right. I think a lot of people that nitpick are mad that Keesha doesn't take their advice. This girl has her own brain. Give her suggestions, move on. Be okay with her Nelly. Exactly. Like everyone is not going to make the same move. It's easy to say, hey, go buy a new house. It's less work. I mean, that's the easy way out, right? Everyone, if you don't know much about real estate and investing and things, the easy thing to do is just say buy a new house. Because everybody think a new house means that you're not going to have any problems. No one lives in it before. It's going to be perfectly fine. But there is a downside to that. I have friends who have purchased a new home and they have had issues with their home. So it could go either way. Exactly. DDG, honey. I love me some DDG child. He bought a fixer upper. People were criticizing his home when he first bought it. He bought something that took renovations, right? All right. It says like why y'all is pack exactly. Who talks about Toya? Go search Keisha's name and see how bad people talk about her and pick on her and look up Toya's name and tell me exactly. People drug Toya at first when she was trying to speak out in support of Keesha for the whole love triangle thing, but I have not seen people talk about her that much. Keesha will learn if she makes mistakes just like we. Keesha will learn if she makes mistakes just like we all have to do. She is exactly. She is human. Or how Keesha eat crabs, right? Like when she started talking about the cup of juice, I was like, girl, she can't give her kids a cup of juice. Damn. If she didn't, if they finna go to bed and she don't want them to all have separate cups, if she say, hey, y'all share this cup right quick because y'all ain't finna have all this liquid, what's the problem? Hey, Queen T. The toy supporters tore her apart and now they're her friend. Exactly. They tore her apart when she was speaking positively about Keesha and they back her friend now that she tearing Keesha down. It says, why would you buy a home in 2.5 weeks with no appraisal or inspection done? It's just for her to speak as if we can all learn something for her. Well, I don't know how true that is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, in most cases, especially when you're working with a real estate agent, a lot of times they require that you go ahead and get the inspection. So how do we know that she didn't get an appraisal or an inspection? How do we know that she bought it in 2.5 weeks? Like, we don't know the details or the ins and outs. Toya is a hater and very jealous of Keesha. Keesha did what was best for her. Now, exactly. Exactly. Nicole says, for that moment, yes, even down. Exactly. It's like, come on, my goodness. I don't care. That's what others are saying on these videos and in the comments. I watch for entertainment. I really could care less. I watch everyone because yeah. All right. It says, if Toya conditions, she can take it. She already said that she's a mean girl. Keesha makes her videos and minds her business. It's not exactly. It's not a good comparison. Tori needs to stop all her hate on Keesha and Jeremy. Sabrina, her friend is her realtor. Y'all don't know what the F y'all talking about. She has had this in the works and didn't speak on it because y'all two knows exactly. Like, how do y'all know how long? How do y'all know? Toya was mad because Keesha got her kids a lot of toys for Christmas a few years ago. Toya, that's what it's given at this point. It's like, Toya, girl. So I don't know you was there. How to exactly? Like I have never heard of someone in recent days, unless it's like a private purchase or something, and you just making a side deal with somebody. Most of the time, if you go to the extent of working with an agent, they're going to make sure you get that inspection. So I don't know about that one. I don't know how true that one is. Sophia, exactly. She always does it because that's where her videos come from. If she talk about something else, look at the views. Y'all only support because she doesn't like Keesha, right? Because all I do is laugh. This is insane. So worry about a stranger's business, right? It says people build houses from the ground up and still change things in the brain. Exactly. Like people build houses can get something built from the ground up, and they still have to make renovations on down the line. Like the home buying process and the whole real estate game. It's a lot that can come with it. China says the thing about fixer uppers is people don't generally buy them above market value. They usually don't pay above asking price and then put more money into it. That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know everything about everything, right? So this may not have been a wise decision. And that's okay to say that. It's just the nitpicking for me. That's all. It says Keesha will learn from this and hopefully do better moving forward. Y'all doing what y'all do every time y'all make assumptions about this girl life like y'all know her. Right. They got a video talking about Keesha. You need to take note from Ashley. So much hate, right? It doesn't make sense to you. What works for some may not work for next. Exactly. I told you someone even made a comment saying I went in on people who congratulate Keesha on her home. They literally dreaded exactly. Like, damn. Guys, they try to find a problem with everything Keesha do. It's giving very much so weird, you guys. Very much so weird. I know people who waive inspection because they would demolish the interior anyway. Yeah, that's a possibility. When I bought my house, the inspector told us everything that was wrong with the house, including a cracked bedroom door. It was odd that she was surprised by so much of the house weeks after purchasing. Okay, that's a valid observation. New constructions are all the same, so you'll have to do some renovations, upgrades. They won't be so basic, right? Because of those. So the one I use is like sometimes I have to ride through, and just see. I like to observe. Sometimes I just go riding at night or something, whatever, and I'm like, they making all these houses look the same nowadays. Hey, thank you for joining in, Florida. It says it's not an assumption when this info came from the realtor herself. She said it was a 2.5 week process. Yeah, the process to get it to close on it may have took 2.5 weeks, but you don't know as far as what she has done, the groundwork that she has done. So yeah, her working with the realtor, yeah, it may have happened in 2.5 weeks, but we don't know what she's been looking at or what she's been doing or what research has happened behind the scenes. So you're acting as if she just jumped up one day and said, I'm buy a house. This girl has been talking about buying a house for a long time, some years now. So all I'm saying is we don't know what lead work or research she's put into this. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. How do they know what's wrong with her home? Exactly. If Keesha did have the strength, some of these haters would have to. Right. For me, I'm going to just summarize it by saying this. It says, damn, y'all really be playing FBI investigator when it comes to this girl. It's giving very much to the investor. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. All I'm saying is this. I understood why Keesha sparked a lot of conversation when it came to the whole Ashley Jeremy. That situation was very interesting. It was something to talk about, right? But I think the dust has settled now, and I just don't understand how do we get to the point where this girl is so disliked on this platform that she's literally doing the same thing that other people have done who are YouTube famous. She bought a fixer upper. I've seen other people do it. I forgot about DDG. Thank you to whoever mentioned that. DDG did the exact same thing. He bought a very pricey fixer upper and fixed it up. People gave him feedback in the comments. They told him they didn't think it was a good idea, but they moved on. I don't understand why we're still talking about this. And it's been a few weeks since this girl has bought her home. It's just not that deep. And if you're going to go in on her and try to convince an audience that she is trash, make sure you sweep around your own front door. That's all I'm saying. Sweep around your own front door. They talk about her children and pick on them. They talk about her skin, her staying with Jeremy, her weighing how much she weighs, her mom being exactly the list just go on and on. And I'm like, God damn, this girl can catch a break. This girl done finally moved on from the drama. Now she just buying a house and making renovations, and now y'all mad about that too. God damn. For my man, only the title alone is dirty. It's the contractor pulling up the floorboard and her being surprised for me. Like I said, hopefully she'll learn from this experience to do better. I mean, that's all that she can do, but there's nothing to criticize her for. Well, it's nothing to bash her for. You can give her the criticism, but it's nothing to harp on. Like, it's not that serious. Hey, now I know I'm late, but I'm watching from the bushes. Hey, Simply Danielle. She literally posts her videos of and tend to her own business. Why people bash her all the time? Exactly. Like, it's okay if, if we talked about it when it first happened, when she first bought the home and people gave their opinions or whatever and moved on. But it's kind of like, to me, that wasn't even worth a video. Like, I've seen a lot of YouTubers move and do things and have to move again. And I mean, that's just a part of the process of being a young adult and growing up and finding your way. Like, I feel like if it was anybody else, it wouldn't have sparked this much conversation. It would not have. They don't even realize half the things they do to this girl could have took her out, and they don't even care. They just imagine if she didn't have the strength she has. Right? It's like you all will drive a person crazy with the nitpicking because it's ridiculous. Like, damn, and it's like if you're going to, and that's the only reason I'm bringing up Toya. Her, some of the dynamics of her. What she shows us is, it's one thing if this is coming from someone who has bought a home, who has bumped their head, who has the knowledge and who knows what they're talking about, who knows that this is a bad investment or whatever. And okay, but you're someone who looks like you're figuring your life out too. You look like you have some things to figure out. If you feel like Keesha can do better, and if you're so disappointed in what she's doing when all she's doing is doing her best, how are we supposed to look at you and give you all these props? Like, you're over here, we don't see no baby daddy, no husband, no ring, but 4 children. And that's fine. You're doing the damn thing, raising them, right? They look beautiful. They look nice, neat, and clean. Nothing wrong with that. But what room do you have to be so critical? That's all I'm saying. And half of them couldn't even last a day in her shoes with all the hate she gets. Exactly. They said she got the house to keep Jeremy like child by. If Jeremy didn't want to be with Keesha, he would leave. He does his music and they bash him about being sweet. Exactly. Like why would she have to buy a house to keep a man? The man ain't going nowhere, period. She bought a house because that is a smart thing to do in this economy. She bought a house because she probably tired of paying thousands of dollars for rent and to rent out a smaller condo versus having a home where the mortgage is probably the same price as her apartment. I mean, come on now. I think that's every young Black person's goal at some point, is to own some property. Toya is ahead of it needs to align her. Exactly. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. The fact that they have the precious baby mama on YouTube now, but yet and still they're obsessed with Keesha, prove to us what you say and focus on the baby mama since y'all claim she's giving. Right. It's kind of like, it's just giving very much jealous. It's giving very much hateration. And I'm not saying you got to ride Keesha coattail. No, you don't have to kiss Keesha butt. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't have to like everything she do. But goddamn, if you can criticize somebody for buying a house and fixing it up, then something, I mean, I just don't understand. She don't want to be like Toya, worried about 5-day grace periods and evictions. They don't know what this man got going on. And whatever he got going on, that doesn't have nothing to do with her purchasing a home. Even if her and Jeremy don't work out, guess what? She still has invested in a property that is going to be valuable for her. It's big case season, right? So I got about 9 more minutes before I have to get off here, y'all. But I just don't understand it. It is very confusing to me. I mean, I understand that Keesha is not the girl's favorite person, right? Totally understand it. Totally. But I always, and I'm mindful of what comes out of my mouth too when it comes to my day-to-day. Some things are just better left unsaid. When someone pops on the scene with a new car or their new house or their new family or whatever, I mean, it does. We don't have to pick apart every little detail because nobody's giving perfect around here anymore. Your favorite celebrities, you know, the people who we saw on TV growing up on Disney Channel, nobody is giving everything that needs to be gave. Everyone has room for improvement in some area of their life. And it was just ironic to me that Toya can come on here being so critical when, you know, you're giving very much, I'm trying to figure it out. You're giving very much, I'm trying to do the best I can. So how are you going in on somebody else when that's all they trying to do? All this girl is trying to do is do the best that she can. If her first home turns out to be a bad investment, guess what? If she keep grinding, she'll be able to get another home. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Period. It says that man wanted to play basketball and do music. If he grinded trying to get his music to take off, what's the issue with that? They laughed when he got signed to his label. Right. This is her first home. I think she did good personally. The house has a lot of possibilities. It renovated with the price of the house, with the price of houses now. I think this was smart. Exactly. Have y'all not seen the prices of this stuff that they got on? I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. Because even like I said, I was talking to one of my real estate friends, and this is just it's a trying time for people who want to be first time home buyers because a lot of things are overpriced. So if this is the route she wanted to go, let her do that. First thing I'm saying, it seems to me that she got the house when Jeremy's son came out. Mm. Then she talked about Jeremy like her baby that don't look like her little brother. Right? It's just like exactly. And that's another thing. It's kind of like she was like, look at Jeremy. He has lean on his shirt. He's promoting lean. It's like, damn, the man can't drink lean. Such shit. Even if he do drink lean, I mean, is he minding his business? People like it's literally states out here that have weed legal. Okay, like you mad because he got a sweatshirt on. I mean, so that means that you turn your radio off every time somebody come on there talking about drinking, smoking. I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? At this point, you know, if someone were to sit around and criticize Toya, and I wouldn't sit around and criticize her, like I said, for to me, with her having that many children, she's keeping it together pretty well. But if we're just gonna be stereotypical, if we're gonna be the stereotypical judgmental person, then we can look at you and say, where is your family dynamic? Where is the man of the household? You know what I'm saying? We can look at you and say that, but we don't, right? Because we understand that things don't always happen the way life, the storybook say they should happen. So if we're going to be the stereotypical judgmental people, then we can look at your life and rip you to shreds. But we wouldn't do that because we're human beings that know that just because something doesn't look like the storybook says doesn't mean it's not right. Doesn't mean it doesn't work. Like, you know? So all I'm saying is when you're giving constructive criticism, when you're giving that type of criticism and you're so passionate about this girl life's being quote unquote trash, I mean, just look at your life and make it make sense. Let's be clear. They only don't like Jeremy because he was with Keesha, but if he was with the baby mom, they would instantly become exactly. If he was with Ashley, baby, they would be, honey, subscribe to the couple channel. They would be coming. They would be falling out their seat in love. Money bag your drink lean, Wayne drink lean, Future drink lean, and exactly like Gucci Man was talking about like, Future, Gucci, like everybody has, you know, I have never drunk it, but a lot of rappers drink lean. Not saying it's a healthy thing to do, but I mean that's not what they gotta do. What they gotta do with Keesha? Yes, she's definitely giving hater vibes. Jeremy said he's not perfect, right? Who is perfect? Is Tori need to worry about her own baby daddy? Yeah, right. If he was with the other baby mom, they wouldn't have nothing to say about him. But because we Keisha, exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's giving very much selective outrage. It's like, damn, that's all. That's what it is. I just be so taken aback by what we as Black people choose to be mad at each other about. Like, if someone, let's not act like drinking lean should be promoted. No, drinking lean should definitely not be promoted. It's definitely something that is unhealthy, and it's not a drug that I think people should choose if you're going to endorse. So let me be clear. But let's not, if we're going to be anti-lean, we gotta call out everybody who be promoting lean. We gotta call out Future. We gotta call out Moneybag Yo. We gotta call out. We gotta call out everybody. And so I know damn well that when you know what I'm saying, I done bobbed my head to a couple of songs. So I'm not saying that if he drinks lean that it should be something that should be promoted. All I'm saying is, I mean, it's the same thing with smoking weed. People do it. Like it's nothing to talk about. You know. You are speaking the truth. I love it. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much, Miss Andrea. I wish we did. That's all I'm saying. Just stop hating. Just stop hating. That's it. Because it's just hate. It's just hate. Just stop hating. You know? That's it. I don't care what nobody says. They don't really care about the well being of Keesha, them trying to come up. They don't really care about the well being of Keesha, them trying to come for her pockets, prove they just hate her. Exactly. Exactly. They just hate her. They just hate her. That's it. At this point, I think this just shows people are going to talk right. They're going to talk regardless. He ain't promoting this brand. If he is, he's grown. While Keesha is promoting what? It's a whole song about lean. I bet you know the lyrics exactly. I'm sitting here looking at Keesha. Do you love me? Do you love me not? Okay, when that come on in the club, I'm just saying, you know. So regardless, like, you know, that's I mean, if we're gonna get that technical with it, we need to. I mean, it's a lot of YouTubers who be on their YouTube smoking and they be participating and indulging in activities. I mean, you know, it's not something that is ideal, but I mean, wow. Let's not act like we never have heard of anyone saying they drank lean before. Like, come on now. It says Jeremy is a grown ass man. He can sip on some perp. Exactly. If that's his body. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to deal with the consequences of that. You know, like that. That's nothing. That's not. What are we gonna be able to do about it? Call a spade a spade. Don't not like what Jeremy do, but then be okay with other people do it. Exactly. It says all these rappers talk about drugs. Not saying it's cool to promote, but people are going to do it regardless. If Keisha's cool with his drug use, and that's her exactly that's her business. If he want to smoke and drink some lean, he is a grown man. Now I wouldn't recommend the lean because they say it make your stomach swell, and they say it have some bad side effects. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. I mean, who he got to answer to? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But that is all, you guys. Thank you all for joining in with me today. I just want to end it off by saying, listen, we all got some room for improvement. You know, it's okay, you know, to have the conversation. That's what YouTube is for, right? We see our favorite YouTuber do something. Sometimes we be like, girl, you did that. And sometimes we be like, I don't know about that, right? So I'm not saying that Toya is a vicious person because she spoke on it, because it's okay to speak on it. But it's just the way and the depth in which you speak on certain things. Like, you can't, all I'm saying is, I wouldn't classify someone's life as trash just because they bought a fixer upper. At the end of the day, there are some people who have yet to buy property who wishing they could be in the position to purchase, you know, a couple of $100,000 home. You know what I'm saying? So let's just put the focus on uplifting each other more. You know what I'm saying? Like, Toya does a wonderful job raising her children. She looks like she's keeping it very well together, because I'll be over there in shambles. Okay, so everybody is just doing the best they can. You know, so this ain't me trying to be mean or trying to, you know, be like, you know, but it's just like, damn, like, let this girl be great. That's it. That's all. Like, stop the hate. You know, I said, black people, we are some of the most hateful people. It's like, damn, your sister or brother they can't eat, they can't drink, they can't sleep. We can't do nothing without being scrutinized nowadays. And, you know, it's kind of like, damn, you know? So we can sit over here and indulge in the drama and the gossip and the fussing and the fighting. We can step up when someone does something phenomenal and say, you know what, you did a good job, girl. You bought your first home. Do your research. You know what I'm saying? Fix your house up the way you want it. If it don't work out for you, guess what? You learn a lesson. And leave it at that. Period. But I'm about to go get my little one from school, and we're going to head to gymnastics practice. Like I said, thank y'all for being in here. Look, first day mama say lean back. Okay. But yeah, so thank you all for joining and talking to me for a little while today. I will be going live again sometime. I don't know when, y'all. I be working, honey. But I will see you all in my next video. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up this live, and I will see you all in my next video. Love y'all. See y'all later.